She said, what?
How could they do something like that?
Are you serious?
What a thirsty MFer.
Not good. She's absolutely dead to me.
That's because she died.
I'm Sterling Mulberry.
And I'm Blair Payton. And welcome to
Bad Behavior, a morally questionable podcast.
We're two unqualified friends,
Two unhinged comedians,
determine once and for all what is good
and what is bad. Hello and welcome to Bad Behavior. I'm Sterling Mulberry.
And I'm Blair Payton, and we have such a big show today for Halloween.
Ooh, it's October, it's Halloween, and so we have invited our dear friend of the podcast, who we're calling Mr. Halloween himself.
So yeah, let's go ahead and get this show started. Let's bring in our guest.
He is a hilarious writer and comedian. Please welcome our dear friend, Evan Walter.
Can I just say right off the bat, Evan, seeing your sweet face right now is really brightening up my day.
Aww.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting just a rush of nostalgia seeing you.
I know. I wish I was there to hug you with my hands.
I do want to say that I would like to normally be hugged by you with your hands, but you are sick, no?
You're sick as a dog.
Yeah, but it could be just something simple and fun, like a head cold or allergies. It's not what you think it is. I know what you
Blair's
think it
like,
is.
I've been hacking up a lung. He's
but probably no fever.
I had a fever all day yesterday.
Brag. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. It's because I got my vaccines. You're like so scared.
Oh.
But those really took me out. Well, top of the episode, Evan.
Mm-hmm.
We were just having some technical difficulties, which we love to do on the
So
show.
Cool. I love
Which
you guys
one
doing
might
that.
say is spooky.
Which one might say is a little spooky.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk about do not disturb culture because I think it is going crazy at the moment. I love it.
Yeah.
But I also am scared about it. And I want to ask you guys about this. Have you ever been, because we were talking about do we love do not disturb or not?
Mm-hmm.
And I look at sometimes for myself, I don't like it for others. I
Yeah.
hate to see if someone's on do not disturb because I feel like if I'm texting them, I'm a nuisance. Like, I feel like I'm not supposed to be texting them if I'm on D&D.
Oh.
But have you ever been texting someone and then they go on do not disturb?
Yes.
No.
I love it.
You love that?
I love it.
Wait, what? Why?
That should be the dominant culture.
Well, hold on.
And I think they're making a stance.
Well, can you give us the context in which you got...
I'll give you a context of just a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And you give a context.
Suppose the context is pretty important.
Yeah, I want to know what the context... Like, what was the question you asked to receive that response?
Well, so I guess, Sterling, let's start with you, right?
Okay.
Because this happened to you recently.
Okay, this happened to me recently. I was texting a crush, an old crush.
Oh.
But I feel like I sent one text that it was like normal. Nothing that's substantial.
Yeah.
It's
But it
like,
was like one
I
of
love
those
you
things
and I miss you and how are you doing?
No, in my head it was going to be like one text, another text. Because I kind of feel like you should be texting kind of like maybe 1 to 2 to seem cool and not paragraph.
Yeah. You're thinking, take me back, I miss you, and then
Yeah.
please.
Please, let's get married.
Yeah.
So I sent one text again, probably like responding, okay?
Sure.
Then it goes on do not disturb.
Okay.
It was like at precisely like say it was like 2 p.m.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe they're in a meeting, 2 p.m.
Well, let me ask you
Yeah.
this. As an outsider in this little situation, because everyone I text just loves hearing from me, so I haven't had this response, so I guess I'm special. But does it come up and say, do not disturb? Does it send a notification, or is it just when you send another text?
It's not a notification. It's just like when you can see it in someone's
Yeah.
Okay.
It pops up at the bottom.
bottom.
Oh, it pops
like
at the bottom. Okay.
Your text to me, Blair, is always on do not disturb. So for Blair, I actually am like, I don't feel that way towards him that he doesn't want me to text him. That's actually his 24/7.
Yeah.
How many hours a day would you say you're not on do not disturb, Blair?
1.
Yeah, about 1.
Oh, man, that's healthy.
Well, and that's
That sounds
only
so
because
nice.
I haven't... I just learned where you can change the time, so I guess my do not disturb goes off at 11 p.m. and then restarts at 12 a.m. So I should fix that.
Yeah,
But you know
no,
what? It's a fun quirk.
That's
a fun
It's the
quirk.
only time
now
that the
I'm
line's
remembering
open.
That's
Yeah.
what it was. Sorry, now I'm remembering that's what it was. It was like a nighttime one that I could tell it was like they're just normal bedtime do not disturb.
So I feel like we're missing the bigger story here. You were texting
And then we got married,
an old
so it's
crush.
fine.
Oh, yeah.
No,
That's
at
what
the time
I
it
was
was a current crush, but now it's an old crush.
Oh,
But-
got it.
Yeah, it's an old man.
Did you send another text?
Yeah, because I think...
Did he respond?
Well, when his do not disturb went off the next morning.
But how did he respond? That's the next question.
Yeah, that's
He
big.
said, I love you. And I said, it's getting a little
Okay,
fast.
hold on.
Yeah.
Was it in all caps? Was there emojis? Like,
Yeah,
Was
a
it separated
lot
into
of
different lines?
emojis,
Yeah.
And then...
and then a dick pic.
But okay, wait, so what
You
was
spelled
you...
it-
What was your scenario?
I mean, my scenario is I see that go on and
Okay.
I'm like, hell yes. The expectation for me is that I do not need to respond to your text that you send after this. Do not disturb is on,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
I send my little message. I'm
Okay.
like, yeah, coffee tomorrow at 11 sounds
But then they
great.
turn their do not disturb on.
Then they turn on their do not disturb,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then I'm still going to send something.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it's like you've just turned your text into email. That's what the etiquette is now.
But you don't think they're being like,
Oh.
you're being a little nuisance. You're being a little nuisance. I'm putting you on D&D.
You know what's so much worse than D&D? Okay.
You
Thumbs
know,
up.
Do you know who loves to send me a K period?
Oh, I didn't realize you guys were fighting. How long has that been happening for?
Well,
K period? Blair.
Here's what's so funny. I've never sent a K period to you.
You've sent a K though. You like to send a K to me.
Like, if I'm busy and I get your response and I
Capital?
still want to it automatically does capital.
It's really scary, but now I'm
Yeah.
like, that's okay. That's your culture.
No,
but
no.
I-
It's
I-
DNS
like
I
if
still
I'm
get
busy-
scared.
DNS culture.
Yeah, no. If I'm busy but I still want to acknowledge I got your response, I'm like K, and then I'll respond back later because I don't like to leave people hanging.
No, why aren't you doing a little thumbs up there? Does that seem worse?
To me, thumbs up feels almost sarcastic.
Wait, I thumbs
Oh,
up to you just
no.
this afternoon. 2 times.
That's why you're getting a K period later.
I feel like you don't realize you guys are fighting.
Yeah, we're having a fight right now, and
But okay,
we
here's the
need
thing.
you to mediate.
I emphasized because you were just saying, does this time work for you? We're
Yeah.
doing work culture. We're not doing friend culture when we were texting today.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I
Because you have
think
that
it's
1
okay.
hour period between 11 and 12. That's
Yeah.
friend time for you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That is when I
Okay,
let
got
the
it,
guard
got it.
down, and I'm like, "Hey,
Yeah.
let's wrap." But we got 59 minutes because I got to be in bed.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Anyways, I know we really took a turn from Halloween, and that is what today is about. But I just wanted to get your
That's right.
take on that.
Mhm.
That, I'm glad I think we parsed it through.
No, I'm there. Here, I envision a world where the next version of the iPhone, it doesn't vibrate. It also maybe doesn't have a screen. And then you get it and you just throw it into the ocean and then we stop texting because I don't like it. It hurts my brain. It's too much to do, I think.
In today's economy, cash flow is tight, and families are held captive to high interest rate credit card debt. Churchill Mortgage can restructure your current mortgage and significantly reduce these problems. Get a free analysis and learn how to eliminate credit card interest rates, lower bills, and start taking control of your budget. Get started at churchillmortgage.com. This is a paid advertisement. NMLS ID 1591, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender, 1749 Mallory Lane, Suite 100, Brentwood, Tennessee 37027.
The holidays start here at Baker's with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. Whether you're making a traditional roasted turkey or spicy turkey tacos, your go-to shrimp cocktail, or your first Cajun risotto, Baker's has all the freshest ingredients to embrace your traditions. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
We've locked in low prices to help you save big store-wide. Look for the locked in low prices tags and enjoy extra savings throughout the store. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
General feelings on Halloween, spooky season, the holiday in general. I've been kind of feeling like I usually don't care at all, but I've realized it is really one of our only holidays. It's like a friendship holiday. Like you can really celebrate it with friends. It's fun.
Sorry, this just in. I might have COVID.
Well,
Wait.
it sounds like a twist on your end.
wait. Bro.
Oh,
Did
well,
someone
that
call
was
you to tell you.
it was Jimmy. He was like, my dad has COVID. He was like, you might want to get tested. That is the last time I have sex with Jimmy in the same house as his dad. Am I right?
I don't think that's how you get COVID.
I don't know. Who knows? I still wash my groceries.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Well,
Oh.
that breaking news on the pod. Blair might have COVID round 2.
No.
Okay, wait, so what? We're circling back. We gotta get us back on track, even though that Blair now has breaking news COVID-19. But now that's good you didn't accept his hug if he was in person.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, what are your feelings on Halloween and the culture around it as a holiday?
I feel like Halloween has the weight of the world on its shoulders. Do you know what I mean?
The whole world?
The whole
I
world.
thought the world actually doesn't. The whole world doesn't really celebrate.
Yeah, but everybody I feel has got their one spooky holiday. Every country's got a spooky.
A lot of countries do have that.
You know?
Yeah.
But very pro Halloween. I think it's one of the few fun holidays we have left.
I think also like early 20s Halloween, I had no fun at all because I'd be like wearing a little thing going down to like somewhere far.
Yeah.
And now what I love that's been happening recently is people are like, dress a little spooky or dress as a little witch. Like I went to 2 parties last weekend. One was just dress in black. Okay,
easy.
And then one was just be a little witchy, which is again all black. And I said, I love this. You're not making me really go above and beyond.
It's not a
I can
pun.
kind of wear a shirt and you know what? I could leave and go somewhere else and I don't look crazy.
That's one of the kindest parties.
One time I went to an ABC party in college. Do you guys know those?
Anything but clothes.
Yeah. And
no.
it was lame.
I went to community college.
Okay, so
I didn't have that luxury.
An ABC party is anything.
I'm
but
having a really
clothes.
rough day, you guys.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I have COVID. I didn't go to one of these parties.
It wasn't anything to write home about. I think again we stayed for about 15 to 20 minutes. It was really lame. Then we went.
Thank you for making me feel better about it.
I went leaned in. I was wearing a trash bag. To have to wear a trash bag to then 2 to 3 other parties that aren't on that theme. No. Humiliating.
Was it a sexy trash bag or?
I tried my best. But I don't
Did you belt it?
What'd you do? Kind of tuck it under the bra?
No, I did. Actually, really, I think innovative. Okay. Trash can handle, neck like a halter.
Oh, fine.
And then bag.
Yeah.
As my dress.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I put some tape to give it a little waist. I don't know.
That's a dress. That's
Were
a
you
dress
wearing
in my
something
book.
underneath at least?
Oh, like underwear.
Okay. Well, I just feel like that would have been a cold attire to wear.
It was. I was in Seattle, Washington.
Yeah.
And that is what leads me to some of my questions.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So how do you feel about this?
Yeah.
Dressing in a shirtless costume to impress your crush, but having to walk home in the cold because it's October. Imagine we're not in Los Angeles. We used to live in New York, so you can imagine.
Yeah.
It's currently about 90 degrees in Los Angeles, so we're sweating out.
Yeah. I think, okay, gut reaction, no pain, no gain. I'm pro.
Oh, pro.
And I think also if it's a crush. I think if it's like a crush and you kind of know you're going to have a kiss that night, you should do it. I think if
you're confident you're going to have a kiss with your crush.
Yeah. I think that's it. You'd
only do this if you have a kiss with your crush.
Yeah, because I think if you don't get the kiss, you're going to feel so bad at the end of that night because you're chilly and you're lonely.
Yeah, chilly and lonely.
Yeah.
But you probably have to do maybe a subway ride home backless. No.
Oh, no.
Seating
real straight
seat
up.
and back.
Yeah.
Raw dog the subway with your back.
Or have like really good posture, which is hard in those seats.
That's true.
Right.
You could really lean forward.
Especially at the end of the night.
I wear a backless dress on the subway. I guess I just lean forward.
Oh, yeah, which is great.
There you go.
Yeah, and strong. Yeah.
Blair, how do you feel? Would you be interested in wearing being shirtless to impress a crush, but then you're a little cold on the way home?
I would not do that. I would be very aware of where my body is hanging and or sitting when I'm sitting specifically, because you don't want that stomach kind of folded over the pants.
Yeah.
That's not a good look.
Also, it's kind of hard because you're like probably going to hug somebody.
Yeah.
And you're naked.
You're naked.
Well, and even worse, if you dance like a mother, like I do, when I get drunk, I get sweaty. So then you're causing to rub your liquids onto someone else. And that's not fair to them.
But that could be a plus. I mean, not fair. Definitely not fair for anybody else who hasn't signed up for it.
All right.
But that's kind of a sexy little crush thing, no?
Well, not if it's
That
like
could
your
be sexy.
like best friend that you don't want to have sex with. Like,
No,
we're
that's
talking
true.
about a
That's
little
true.
crush.
I know, but you know how sometimes everyone just wants to hug you at a party? So what if like, my friend gets there first?
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, totally.
That's me.
Totally. And then, yeah.
So
Okay,
you would
next
be covered in
question.
sweat, Sterling.
Well, you'd be
Good.
in
I'm
a trash
interested.
bag, so none
I'm
of it
in
would
a
really
trash
stick.
bag. Who
So
cares?
Okay.
Yeah.
Throw me in the dumpster. Okay. Next. Carving pumpkins with your friends. But then watching... Oh.
No, that's a big no.
Okay,
Anything
carving
that
pumpkins
requires
with your
work.
friends, but then watching your hours of work quickly rot in the span of just a day and having to throw the pumpkin away. Because you know that thing rots so fast after you carve it.
I mean, that's why that's a no.
I love it. I don't love this. I hate this feeling. Scoop your hands and
scoop
guts.
is bad.
And then
Scoop
your
is
hand's so
bad.
sticky.
Yeah.
But I love to be like, I'm going to be a little artist.
Yeah.
On a pumpkin today.
Oh, because you have artistic ability. You can make it into something nice.
I get a sketch that someone else has done and I put it on there and then I just do those lines. Because I can do a knife within a line, but I can't come up with the concept myself.
Yeah.
Well, how do you guys feel about markers?
Just in general?
On a pumpkin?
Doing a marker
I
on a
think I
pumpkin?
Well, both. How do you feel in general? And then if you apply it to a pumpkin.
Okay,
does
First
that
off,
change?
love a marker.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah, it changes it.
Okay.
Thicker than a pencil.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that there's a little bit of drama. You're like, ooh, is it going to be dry? Is it not?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
God.
And sometimes the
you
smell.
can't get the same from a pencil. Yeah, exactly. Now on a pumpkin,
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it seems like that screams underfunded public school to me. Because that was
Wow,
my experience.
Evan.
That's
Wow.
what I felt like. It's like
Did
they
you go
were
to
like,
public school, Evan?
sure did, all the way through. It
That's
was,
okay,
it was
same.
public to me.
I was on the
Yeah.
projector.
Yeah,
Same
yeah,
trajectory.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Trajectory. Why do I keep saying
trajectory.
Send help.
Maybe lean into it.
Well, I lost a spelling bee just this past weekend. Listeners, Evan and I were in
Yeah.
a spelling bee. Evan got a little nervous when he became a judge,
I
which I
became
didn't
a
know was
judge.
something he could do. And I
Yeah.
was a participant. I got out number 2 out of about 30 people.
Yeah,
Embarrassing.
that was bad. Do you remember what the word was?
Yeah, I spelled the word facilitate wrong. Quick, Blair. Facilitate.
Facilitate.
FACILITATE. Facilitate.
I'm really relying on you here.
Yeah, you got it right.
Thank you.
I said
you would have stayed in the competition.
ATATE because in my head it was facilitate, not facilitate. And here's the thing: with 30 people,
You made
are
it.
watching
You made it French.
I made it French. But when that many people are watching you, your brain is so stupid.
Oh yeah, it's a nightmare
It
scenario.
was really scary.
Well,
Okay, back.
could you have just turned and faced the wall and did it?
Yeah, but I probably still would have gotten it wrong. And honestly, it was much more relaxing once I was out because I kept being like, this could be so humiliating because there were some words that were so easy that I
Oh,
like,
some were
you
so
got
easy.
out on this.
We
You
gave
could
somebody
never show your-
dog.
Y'all went
Yeah,
to
you
a
could never show your face.
You went to an
Somebody got
adult
ham.
spelling bee? Where was this at?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, an
It's a
adult
good
spelling
question.
bee.
We have a group of friends who love an elaborate party.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was it. Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah,
thought this
yeah.
was I was picturing a public bar. That was like, I don't know.
No. Oh, like bar trivia.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gosh,
yeah.
those
I
Venn
think that
diagrams
was-
are just that's two
Yeah.
circles on top of each other. They would
Yeah.
go to that event.
Fine.
Okay, can I say this about a jack-o'-lantern though?
Please.
I don't like them. I love to see them. I would never want to carve one. I never. It's like kind of butchering my own meat. I don't want to do it. I think they're beautiful. I love when they get all mushy and you're like, oh, you like
crap.
it? I mean, to watch,
To watch.
because it's not my work, and
Yeah.
then I get to go.
And you don't want to have to facilitate that knife into the pumpkin and make a mess.
No, they always give you the tiniest little bread knife, you know, and you
Yeah.
can't really do it
I have
right.
specific carving knives.
You do pass down generation.
No, passed down from Target last year.
Oh, okay, cool.
me.
Yeah.
Maybe that would change the experience. But I'm kind of anytime I'm doing that with friends, I'm like, couldn't we just all hang out?
You could.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Okay.
Okay, I was trying to think of the worst candy. So this is what I have, but if you guys want to sub in worst candies,
Ooh,
I just
yeah.
couldn't think
Candy
of any.
corn.
Okay, a friend giving you a pile of candy that consists only of almond joys. Is that the most?
I love almond joys.
I kind of like, I've
Yeah, I
aged
kind
into
of
an
like them
almond joy.
too. What do you
Yeah.
think is the worst? What would you be like?
Candy
"Oh, I have
corn."
a bag full of this candy corn.
Yeah.
Oh, I like a candy corn.
Yeah, me
doesn't-
too. I love
doesn't
it.
feel like food, but yeah.
Oh, you do love it, so you don't think that's the worst?
No, I'm just trying to make Evan feel comfortable.
Oh,
Oh, thanks. How do you feel about a bazooka bubble gum? You know that you.
I
get
used
it's
to
the
love Bazooka
hardest
Joe.
piece of gum. Yeah, right. They give you a little cartoon.
Yeah.
That feels like a candy that, like, if I was given a lot of now as an adult, I would not eat. I don't
No.
think I'd ever eat it. I would appreciate it.
Yeah.
But that's one where I am like, I don't think, I feel like you made all of these during World War II.
Yeah.
And you've just been selling them because this feels like a little rock in my mouth.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when you have to add a comic to convince a child to eat candy, it's like,
Who's the comic?
Bazooka
well,
Joe.
everyone has a little comic in it.
Yeah, it's Bazooka Joe is the lead. And if anything, it teaches kids how to read and that sometimes life is filled with disappointment.
Yeah. Disappointment you can count on.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
That was
I'll
actually
also
their
say,
slogan.
That was it. I'll say the one candy I got the most in public school, Bazooka Joe.
Oh,
Wow.
and
They
what'd you
were-
get when you went to private?
Filet mignon. Just give you a little steak. Sorry, I'm on a real public school, private
You
school
really are.
tear.
Yeah.
Real one.
This is
Okay.
why we need school voucher. I'm all right. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh. Can't
our
uninvite me now.
Our listeners go up. We have way more listeners now. Okay.
Do you? Yeah, I think I know why you got COVID. You said you got the vaccine recently. Sorry.
Yeah,
we could cut.
No, we're gonna pull this for the promotion. It's just gonna be a string of clips.
Yeah, it's just gonna be cancellation of Evan.
Happy holidays, people. Shaq here. If you haven't already switched to the cartridge-free Epson EcoTank printer, how are those cartridges working out for you? They still constantly running out of ink, costing you a fortune and driving you crazy? Come on now, don't get cartridged. Switch to Epson EcoTank. EcoTank comes with big bottles of ink that you pour into EcoTank's 4 big ink tanks. So much ink you can print all you want. So don't get cartridged. This holiday season, switch to Epson EcoTank. Just fill and chill. Visit EpsonEcoTank.com.
Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is bringing you more power, capability, and savings with the full lineup of new Ram trucks during the Black Friday sales event going on all month long. Lease a 2024 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn for $429 per month. Visit our 2 convenient Metro locations in Blair or Bellevue or online anytime. Lease for 42 months, 10,000 miles per year with approved credit. Tax, title, license extra. $2,500 down plus first payment and $299 doc fee to its signing. Example stock number BC230242. Offer expires 11/30/2023. See dealer for details.
So Evan, you're known as trend spotting Halloween trends. That's why we invited you on today. And so what do you think are going to be the big couple costumes of 2023?
Yeah, keep us in the loop.
Yeah. No,
you've written a book on this, actually.
I absolutely.
That's what you're going to promote
yeah,
today.
absolutely. I think the big ones are going to be somebody dresses up as Oppenheimer, and then I guess that might be the man, and then the woman dresses up as a big old bomb.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
That's one.
I like that.
I'm thinking other pairings. Somebody goes as a Honda Fit, and then the other person goes as a guy who corners you at a party and talks to you about microplastics.
Okay. All right.
That's good.
That's a good concept. You know what I mean? Yeah. So those are the ones that I'm expecting a lot of this year. Yeah.
What about Britney and the Knives?
What?
In the Britney Spears, the video
And
that
the knives?
Yeah, there was a video that was like going viral a couple weeks ago where she was in her bikini and she was dancing with knives.
With kitchen knives?
With kitchen
knives. The kitchen handle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did you guys see?
So I feel like that could be a Halloween costume.
I'm not done with it. Wait, and she's dancing with them in like a fun, like a choreographed way, or she's kind of
I mean, the choreograph is very. The choreograph video is very light.
She just twirls mostly, right?
It's mostly twirls with knives.
Okay.
I am so ready for this book. I do know Michelle Williams is going to be reading the audio version.
Oh, it's so chaotic. I mean, it is giving knife dance level chaos.
Yeah. Well, it's the spooky season. Anything can happen.
It's true.
That's what
it's
they always
true.
say. 'Tis the spooky season. Anything
can happen. Any work you've written could be narrated.
Also, while you start your COVID-19 test, but are you really doing it?
I mean, do you want me to do it now?
Yeah, do it.
I think you do it. It's
Yeah,
kind of
I think
around
so.
pins and needles.
Okay.
Well, should we start our segment while you're still doing COVID-19 tests?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, read those instructions first.
Claire, I can tell you how to do a COVID test.
But some of the tests sometimes differ, don't they?
It's probably the drops. Probably
The drops are where you
in that
gotta,
little thing, and then you're gonna go like this.
But almost every single one is.
So I am open.
You can do the nose off camera.
Yeah.
Feel free to not.
No.
You could also lean it.
I'm gonna do it on camera. Okay, so this is
this is such a chaotic episode.
I told Evan,
I was like,
so for the fans, this is the COVID test I will be putting my snot on.
Okay.
Oh, good. This is making the cut.
This is it's spooky. It's unhinged.
It's spooky.
It is spooky. It's spooky. This feels like, this is what I wish carving a pumpkin felt like, but it's too rigid. There's rules. There's a timeline. This is loose. This could go 4 hours. This could end in 10 minutes.
You're gonna do 10 swabs on each nostril,
and then you
go.
Okay, but go ahead.
Put it in your mouth.
I'll contribute. I'll be here.
Drag your teeth on it. Oh, wow. That looks like it's way too deep. Yeah.
How deep do you...
Blair.
What?
Stop. You don't need to go that deep. Okay, Blair, can you just wrap it up? Can you wrap it up?
Yeah, okay.
You gotta ask the question.
We want to start our segment.
No, go ahead and start it.
I think you're being very distracting with something up your nose.
Well, don't look at me.
He's going through something. Okay. We need to respect that.
We are going to be doing a brand new segment today, and that is called Halloween Hot Takes.
Whoa.
With Evan Walter.
That's me.
So Evan,
Yeah.
you have some hot takes that you've brought in for us today. And we're kind of doing a reverse on our podcast where we actually made Evan do more work for this podcast than us.
I feel more comfortable that way.
Evan said, actually, could I come on your podcast and ask you questions? I said, please. So Evan has some different hot takes that Blair and I will be judging. And so if we love your hot take and we agree with it, Evan, that's called a hot hayride in our book.
Oh, that's
But
good.
if we don't like it, we don't agree, that's going to be a cold cauldron.
Whoa. Okay, got it. I guess there's a third option too, right? Which is COVID positive.
Yeah, is that the neutral one?
That's the neutral one. That's the neutral one. Oh, Blair, there was such a big strand of spit on that.
I hate this so much.
Man.
This is good that you're a dear friend. That you can come and see this.
You couldn't do this to another guest.
We would never.
Never.
Blair feels very comfortable.
Where we are in the process for the listeners in your car or wherever you be, I am putting the sample into the well, and in 15 minutes...
And how many drops on this one?
Well, actually, we'll probably know in about a minute or two because usually those lines
come in pretty fast.
It's not even coming
And you have a lot of symptoms.
So and you put that thing in there so deep, too. If you got it, we're going to know.
Okay, nothing's coming out of this.
How old is this test?
I don't know.
You might have got a dry one. Okay, this is what I do think you should add a little spit, and we could see.
Okay, continue. I think this is an old test, and I'll have to get a new one.
Okay. So my first question is, like, a ghost haunting you. Do you guys think that is scary or just like a really annoying way of messing up your sleep schedule?
Okay, go through both sides, and what do you think?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm a firm believer that I think a ghost is mostly just rude, and I don't feel as scared. I feel more scared at the fact that now I have this responsibility to figure out what happened to the ghost and to deal with the spooky ghost in my house. The amount of people you need to book. You got to book somebody with a cross, somebody, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you got to go to the library, look at an old spooky book and be like, oh, the original builder built on native land. Yeah. And it was a burial ground.
Right.
And to me, I'm not scared. I'm just like,
annoyed.
I'm just like, oh, I'm really not going to be able to see my friends as much as I want this next month until we get this ghost out of here.
But what if they're trying to give you a message vital to the world?
But sorry, wait, it's a helpful ghost? That's the question?
Well, there's so many different types of ghosts.
Yeah,
you have one ghost that's just mad as hell. They're still on Earth, right? They're like, get me to... They're in purgatory, I guess, kind of, right?
Yeah.
So they're just like, boot me one way or the other. So they're just kind of mad, so they're like...
They're stuck.
They're stuck.
And they're acting out.
Then there's another ghost who's
just
like...
childish.
What, like you're in my house, get out or something kind of ghost?
I feel like
pissed.
Yeah, there's one that wants to fight. Yeah.
One that wants to fight you.
Yeah.
Then maybe there's another type of ghost.
I feel like there's like
little girl.
Little girl is always there.
Little girl looking for her parents' ghost.
Yeah, but that's like, how are you ever going to get her parents? She died in 1908.
Her parents probably
dead. You're going to have to explain that? That is rude. Do you know what I mean? It's scary that you got to spend all the time on that now.
Yeah.
You picked up a ceramics class. You're going to miss them. You know what I mean? Yeah. You just started a new relationship. It might work out, but it's so delayed now. You're like, it's going to be punted 2 months.
They're probably not loving
the ghost talk.
Or just even maybe you're like, hey, come over.
And
then the ghost is haunting you.
Yeah, which is bad. And I think there's that other type of ghost. In my mind, you're right that there's so many different types.
Yeah.
But they all give you a quest. They all send you on a hero's journey.
Or try to kill you.
Or try to kill you.
Yeah.
The only one I like is maybe an old-fashioned spookadoo ghost who's just like, boo, and then disappears into the wall. You're like, who are you? He's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you have either of you guys ever had any ghost encounters?
No.
So here's the thing. It was 2008. My beloved cat, who I love so much, she was like a dog to me. She had passed away. And I was deeply devastated. And all I ever wanted was for that cat to come back and visit me as a ghost. And that bitch has never done it. So I have anger towards ghosts because not only has the cat not come to visit me,
resentful.
My mom hasn't even come to visit me. Like everyone I love in my life who's died, none of them have come back to visit me.
But that's the thing about a ghost. They're so selfish. It's never the ones you want.
If you want them to come. I don't know.
It would be nice to check in.
Show up in my dreams.
Pop into my dreams.
Pop
That's
into
polite.
my dreams.
That's polite.
I love to see you there.
Yep.
And also, you'll wreck me for the next day.
Totally.
But it's not scary.
No. It's a little more on your terms, even though it's in your brain and you're not controlling
Evan,
it.
your hot take is this. Ghosts are ultimately not scary. They're just there to ruin your sleep.
Yeah, they're inconvenient.
Yeah.
Blair, do you think that is a hot hayride or a cold cauldron for you?
Oh, I think that's a hot hayride.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
agreeing. Hot
that's great.
hayride.
That's great.
Okay. You have one hot hayride in your book.
Okay, good. So a lot
And
of
you win something.
Oh, I guess I'm
No.
fun.
We'll think of it.
Okay.
You get a big hug from me.
Yeah, Blair will
No.
give you a big, nice COVID-19 hug.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Is finding a skull in your back? These are very productivity focused. Is finding a skull in your backyard mysterious or just another thing you'll have to add to the to-do list because now you have to solve a murder? I just feel like it's a lot of responsibility.
That could be a grave.
Could be another spooky thing that is so inconvenient. You got a grave in your backyard now?
No.
You can't even harvest your pumpkins then.
I think the real issue here is trying to find a new place to live because let's say that's a fresh body, like maybe a couple of months.
Yeah.
Maybe a
Fresh?
murderer. Here we go. Here's a hot hayride. Maybe there's a murderer in your town who's so good that no one knows about it. And he's murdering people, coming into your backyard and buries them there. And he's also good with lawn design. So then eventually when it comes to light, now you're framed for this for these murders.
Yeah, that could be bad.
Oh, that's
It's
bad.
not even rude. It's just now you're
No, criminal. Yeah,
So you got to get out of there.
yeah.
You got to put it on the market.
You guys never
No,
bury
that's a good point.
anything in your backyard?
Oh no, how many pets you kill?
All my pets are in my backyard in my parents' house.
Man.
Where else were you putting your pets?
Well, I was saying we never had any real pets. We had like a fish and a bird. Birds in the backyard.
Yeah,
But I feel like a bird
You're
goes
looking
quick,
like
hollow bones.
Give me like a
How
three.
many pets are back there?
In my parents' house?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 4 cats.
Oh, that's a lot of cats. They have a long,
Okay, now let me go through their life cycles.
Yeah.
One cat, I think, moved into the home, aka my parents' house with them.
Okay.
I think she was probably old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They moved, like they lived somewhere else before. So
Okay.
she only lived in our house maybe a couple years, a few years. Then we got another cat. She was amazing, but she did get attacked by a raccoon when she was about 2. So she kind of had a hole in her whole body. So she really only lasted till about 5.
Excuse me, you said she had a hole in her whole body?
Because the raccoon really took a big chunk. We had to do things to her. My dad was giving her things every day.
Okay.
She didn't last that long.
Okay.
So that was like 5, which is very young for a cat.
I didn't know a
Then
raccoon
we
could
had
do that.
two cats at the same time.
Mm.
And they kind of went out a year or 2 apart.
Mm-hmm.
They lived till a normal age. So that's how we have 4. And I'm
Okay.
old. I'm almost 30.
Yeah, so old.
So, and we've always had a cat.
Yeah. So I guess
And now we have another.
that adds up to 4. Oh, you're gonna have 5 back there.
She's rock and roll and she's real young still.
Okay.
So.
So not burying her anytime soon.
But I always I kind of liked it because there's kind of like this little flower bushes, and I'm like, oh, it's my cat a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's sweet.
Would
That's
it be
sweet.
weird
I like
if
that versus a little gravestone. Scary.
Would it be weird if one day you were admiring the flowers and thinking about this deceased cat, and then all of a sudden a paw just kind of jarred it out? Would that scare you, or would you
Yeah.
giggle?
Well, I think it would scare me.
Okay, but it's a cat hand, and they're so sweet that sometimes you'd be like, "That cat."
Yeah. I think there's something kind of cute happening there. I'm kind of with you, Blair.
Yeah,
I'm saying that's a cold cauldron for me.
Yeah.
I think because
Yeah.
I have buried my animals in my backyard. So I say sometimes having a skull back there is regular.
It's regular. Okay.
And we can't have you win them all.
No, and that's fair.
Do we have any other hot?
One
Halloween takes?
other hot Halloween take I have is and again, this is more along like spooky lines.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I really feel like sometimes I think about like types of ghosts and what would be the worst type of ghost to be haunted by. And like you said, there's like a historical figure ghost, there's a past family member ghost, there's little girl, there's classic just, kind of a vague ghost who just jump scares you. I think an LA ghost would be the worst ghost to be haunted by.
Because their dreams didn't come true?
Yeah. And they would just pop out of the wall and they would be like, actually, things are going really well.
Could you help me with the self-tape?
Yeah.
An LA ghost. Oh, what?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole time I would be like, I'm so bored. What city's the worst ghost? I think an LA ghost, if you got haunted by an LA ghost in any other like part of the country, and there's nothing you could do to satisfy it. I think
they'll never be satisfied.
They'll never be satisfied. You would have to get it booked.
I feel like a New York ghost is
and then even then it would be like, but it's not network. You know what I mean? And you'd be like, get out of my house, please. And you're like, I'm so tired.
Can you read lines with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a New York ghost would be fun because I feel like they'll either have me like the neighborhood's changed. They'll be like that used to be my favorite bodega, and now it's a Joe and the Juice.
They would be like me, Miles Davis.
But they're kind of like giving you historical facts.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
There's some whimsy.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
When someone someone older who gives you history, they'll tell it to you a million times. So the first time it's cute, and then you're like, for the 57th time, I know that was your bodega. Can you please leave me alone?
That's actually that would be so annoying.
It would be,
and it would
so
also
annoying.
definitely pop out in your hallway as you're trying to like leave.
Yeah.
And it would be, you'd feel rude. He would be like, did I tell you about the time me and Miles Davis split an egg drop?
Well,
and you'd be like, yes, you did.
The thing of it, not ghosts though.
Yeah.
If you're competing the two big cities in the USA
Yeah.
ghosts,
Yeah.
at least the LA ghost will go to bed early and probably wake up late.
Definitely.
The New York ghost is going to be staying up. They're going to be like, ding dong on your shoulder. I got another story.
You are so
5
right.
a.m. They're
You're
like, wake
so
up.
right.
They're going to be like, in our day, we didn't sleep even a wink because we were on drugs.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Whereas LA ghosts, they're going to be like, I'm doing my skincare. Like, they'll probably have to go away for their skincare regimen for a while.
Oh, totally. Because they'd be like, it's really important for wellness.
Exactly.
Yeah. No,
So
they're
then
doing
all
a lot of
sudden,
retreats too. They're not in the home
LA
that much.
Ghost that bad.
Oh man, no, an
Is a
LA
New York
ghost is
ghost-
maybe. Well, then here
I think a Boston ghost is the worst one of all, but that's because I hate that city.
Oh, because it's racist. Pops out the wall.
Or it's being like this. Sports, pass.
Totally. But I also
That
feel
would
like
be
I feel like for footwear too, being like you'd hear its boat shoes smacking the carpet all the time.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a lot.
That's annoying.
That's so
way
much.
too
I
much.
haven't been to
Way too
Chicago,
much.
so I don't know what kind of ghost would be there.
I-
Chicago listeners, write in.
I feel like a Chicago ghost would be polite.
Yeah, be
They'd be like, do
polite.
you have time? And
Oh,
I'd be
they
like,
would be
oh, not
polite.
right now. And they'd be like, okay, boo. And then go away. But I feel like the best would be like a Cleveland ghost, right?
Really? What's
feel
going
like-
on there?
I feel like the only thing it would be like, you should finish your basement. And you'd be like, what? And you'd be like, you put a lazy boy in like you watch the Browns down there. You know what I mean?
It would be
And
like an
you'd
encouraging
okay,
one.
maybe.
Yeah.
a good
Evan,
point.
I think we've already kind of like debunked your hot take of an LA ghost being the worst ghost.
Oh yeah, that's a CC.
So that Cold
Yeah,
Cauldron.
that's Cold
Because
Cauldron.
we're going that, what do we decide? New York is the worst? Because they're up all the time.
New York is the worst. Yeah, LA is not that bad.
Unless you really want history facts repeated to you constantly.
Yeah. Ad
Yeah, if you had dementia and a real desire to learn, it would be a good combination. You guys would knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, an LA ghost would be so sad. Because also I feel like we're all pursuing things.
Oh yeah.
And I think sometimes being around such a negative force to be like, well, actually nothing can happen for you.
Yeah.
And I like threw myself off the Hollywood sign because I never became
I'll say,
somebody.
I took an LA ghost tour one time. I took an adult LA ghost tour.
I'm glad I was an adult, not a kid.
Yeah, we wanted the real stuff. Well, I thought it was going to be like sexy ghost stuff and be like kind of funny. But mostly, almost every stop we went to was an actress who had aged out of her like prime in Hollywood and then had thrown herself off a building.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And
wow.
Well, and that's
that
even
was like multiple stops. It was on foot. We weren't in a car. They all happened.
And that's hard to do in LA.
back
to
to
be
back.
on
But
foot.
that's even
It's
sadder
not-
if you think about it, because not only could they not make a mark, but they're all killing themselves the same way. It's like, at least do something big when you
Yes.
go out.
And also, they were probably aging out, what, at 30?
Yeah.
Oh, back then, right? You hit your prime at 27.
Yeah, or younger, probably.
Younger, probably. But yeah, so I do think an LA ghost is, they're sadder, but not more annoying.
Yeah, so it
It'd
kind of
be
depends on
draining.
pick your poison.
I think so too. And there's got to
So
be at
maybe
least,
that's a COVID-19 test for us. That's the in the middle for us.
Yeah.
that's in the middle. That's a COVID.
That's
yeah,
a COVID-19 test.
That's a dry
The listeners are
COVID-19
gonna be like,
test.
we don't understand this ranking. And I'm going to say this, neither do we. But this is a fun and different episode.
The holidays start here at Baker's with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. Whether you're making a traditional roasted turkey or spicy turkey tacos, your go-to shrimp cocktail, or your first Cajun risotto, Baker's has all the freshest ingredients to embrace your traditions. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
Choose from a great selection of digital coupons and use them up to 5 times in one transaction. Check our app for details. Baker's, fresh for everyone.
I'm a sushi chef. I also happen to be a cat. How'd I get here? Adobe Photoshop. It turned a cute kitty like me into a sashimi master. And it can make your images look amazing too. In just a few clicks, you can replace a boring background, swap out a so-so sky, and remove distractions like people and power lines. With Photoshop, everyone can. I love playing with this mouse. Click or tap the banner to visit Photoshop.com and pounce on your free trial today.
We've invited you here, and I think you know why.
Yep.
And that's because you have a story for us. It's a little questionable.
Yeah.
That specifically relates to something a little scary.
Uh-huh.
Because this is famously your annual episode.
Yeah. I spend the whole year preparing for it, and you listeners will notice that.
Yeah.
You'll say,
They're
so
always banging
fluid,
in our
such
door
good
saying, Evan's
specifics.
come back for Halloween, right?
Yeah. They're always like, he's the tightest stories. Okay, so this is kind of what's been rattling in my brain.
Yes.
It's cobwebs up there,
Yeah.
mostly. But I've been wondering. So I've never seen a ghost, and
I'm sorry.
I've put myself. Thank you.
Yeah.
As somebody who's also part of that community, thank you so much, Blair.
Thank you.
I feel like I've put myself in so many positions where I should have seen a ghost.
Right.
So like when I was younger, me and my friends used to climb into these sewage tunnels in New Jersey. And we would go so
what?
deep. It was, yep. Yeah.
How
so
old were you?
We, honestly, probably a little
Last
too
year?
old. It was like maybe like 19. It was
Okay.
like,
Yeah, but I was a little kid, 19.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
level of
90.
sewage that was in these pipes, was it a lot?
It's like runoff. So you had to go when it didn't rain, because if you were in there and it rained, you could drown.
Sure.
And that's spooky.
Okay, so
That's-
you and your friend would crawl into these sewage pipes
So
when
we
you
would
were
crawl
19.
into these. Yeah, we would crawl into these pipes, and they're
Okay.
covered in graffiti. And as you go
Yeah.
underneath this city. I think it's Patterson, and you are. They get tighter and tighter and quieter, and there's like all of this menacing stuff spray painted on the wall. There's supposed to be a bunch of skinheads if
Okay.
you get further enough into it.
Wow.
And it is spooky, right?
Okay.
Did I see a ghost? No.
Do you see a skinhead?
No. Also, thank God. Yeah. Way scarier.
Did you see a rat?
No. I'm getting nothing.
It's just dry.
Well, I mean, it's like a little wet, but that was it. And I'm in there for an hour.
And
I'm closing my rings.
Your mission.
Is to do haunt me a little bit.
Haunt you a little.
And so that's just one example, right? You're like,
Mhm.
okay, that's a place you would see a ghost. I went to school in New Orleans for college.
Oh, that should be prime
yeah.
with it. Yeah.
I lived just a short walk from a cemetery. I would read in a cemetery. I was disrespecting the cemetery. I would go. There was a tree. I'd set up a hammock, and I'd be reading economics. I'm not even reading fun
like
stuff for the ghosts.
Above a little grave?
Yeah, well, they're all raised, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of eye level. I'm eye level, eye
Eye
to
level.
toe with an old historic dead person.
Well, it could be where the ghosts were like, he wants it too bad. He wants it
That's-
too bad.
yeah.
And they were like, we're not going to give it to him.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in the graveyard
Yep.
and you're looking around.
I'm looking around.
Are you at night or during the
Sun
day?
setting.
Sun setting.
I let that
Okay.
thing set,
Okay.
and I go, here we go.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a story. I wait
And
there for an
nothing.
hour. Nothing.
Yeah.
No boo. Nothing.
How long were you staying there?
In the cemetery?
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. Maybe 3 hours total.
And you're
I
saying
mean,
you're
yeah,
reading
like
economic
maybe an hour
books?
in dark. Yeah, I'm like doing schoolwork. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not like
And what
getting
was
the
your
ghosts
major?
excited. Economics.
I think that's where we have you.
Oh, you think I'm not creative enough to see a ghost?
What'd you say?
Oh, you think I'm not creative enough to see a
No,
ghost?
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I just
okay.
wonder, maybe you're sitting there. Maybe
Mhm.
the ghosts are like, who do we want to haunt today? You know, they're not going to haunt everyone, because if they're haunting everyone, the mystery, the
Yeah,
gig is
yeah,
up,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're being seen too much. And they're like, oh, this guy's, he's reading a book on economics.
You think I'm too boring to be
He's
haunted?
reading about trickle down.
I'm not ready about trickle down. Okay.
And he's like, I love trickle down.
I don't like.
That's what he always says.
No.
This is what happened. I love trickle down.
No.
And they're like, we don't want to give this guy a good story for our party that's reading a damn economics book. We're gonna find someone who's reading
Oh.
I'm trying to think of a
Yeah,
sexy book.
maybe like Dickinson. That sounds sexy.
I literally
but-
thought of one I said.
I don't know. As
you
someone
want somebody who's not reading.
as someone who has seen movies, I know that the type of person that ghosts really gravitate towards, I've done my research, is people like that who like economic books, you know? Because they're so like really into like nerdy stuff.
Exact opposite take than me.
They're really into nerdy stuff, and they're like, ooh.
Wait, you're saying most movies where the protagonist is a big old nerd?
Okay,
well, I didn't say the protagonist. I just said one of the characters in the movie who was like such an aggressive loser reading economics is going to be taken down by a ghost.
I feel like this is...
He's kind of by himself, no friends.
Yeah, because he has no friends, and he just keeps reading these books. And then they were like, we can even fuck with him or even murder him because no one's going to miss him.
Nah, I did some other cool stuff. I skateboarded for a little bit.
So, Evan, your basic moral dilemma is here today is basically... Is it bad behavior that no
Goose
goose ever spooked you? Wow. I have COVID.
Yeah.
No ghost ever spooked you, even though you put yourself in many a scenario to be spooked?
Well, I'm saying, and maybe this breaks the structure of the show. Forgive me, I only come on during Halloween, and it's been a year. So I think it's bad behavior on the ghosts. I just think ghosts are kind of shitty. Like, they're like little shits. I'm just like, give me something. I've been in your cemeteries. I went to Salem, Massachusetts.
I did too.
No way.
Did you see a ghost?
I didn't see a thing.
Anyway, that's the
I saw
podcast.
A cute boy. I was like 13. You know when you see a cute boy at 13, you're like, okay. And then you keep walking around with your family, and then nothing ever happens.
Yeah. But I think it's rude of a ghost. I've gone to so many of these places, and I just feel like it's like, give me a haunting. Give me just a
So you're representing...
Did I ever say what?
Are you representing the ghost in this bad behavior story? Like, are they exhibiting bad behavior towards you, or?
I think Evan is saying he's been exhibiting good behavior.
Yes.
Okay.
Trying to get spooked.
Yes.
And the ghost have been exhibiting bad behavior.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Okay.
Yeah,
and but has Evan been exhibiting bad behavior by taunting the dead?
Yeah, maybe that's bad.
Wait, what was my question? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. My question is, in these two scenarios where you've been really wanting a haunting.
Yeah. Also, and to be clear too, I'm not asking for, if there's any ghosts listening, I'm not asking for a big haunting. Make me cold for a second.
Okay.
Oh, you want to be cold for a second?
Fine. Show me a little light. You don't have
here's
to be
the
like,
thing.
Avenge me.
Right.
You know? I know that's reserved for special people.
Yeah.
Give me just a little something. I'm putting the hours in.
In your whole life, you've never just gotten like, ooh, it's a little cold. And maybe you have gotten it and not realized that was the ghost, and then you took it for granted. So I think you do want something big.
Yeah, I think you do want something a little bit.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
I think that's good too. I think I can ask for more.
Have you ever said when you're
Go
in these
for the
scenarios,
stars.
like asked for it explicitly, like you're kind of manifesting? Have you ever said something like, come out, wherever you are?
Oh.
Like while you're in the tunnel?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't. Wait.
Like when you were in the tunnel, did you say anything like, hey?
No, but the only time I did it, and this might be too much of a little...
Yeah.
And then was somebody who was like, I'm a skinhead. Thank you for telling me. Somebody braver will have to defeat you. I'm too frail. I feel like there was one, this is reminding me one other time my great grandma was just a horrible woman. Her name was great grandma Mascheroni. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
And I wanted to harness her power. Mascheroni.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty funny. For the longest
my
time,
Sharoni. I know that song. Was that about her?
What is that?
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah. I've
Oh,
never
cool.
heard that.
Well, this is the issue we had too. We were, for the longest time, we just assumed like my family doesn't really care about our lineage that much. So like me and my siblings were like, oh, I think she's like Hungarian because we're supposed to be a little Hungarian. And like, then we like looked it up and it was like Italian and we were like Mascheroni, macaroni. We were like, oh, we probably should have put that together.
Yeah.
Kind of right there, wasn't it? But we summoned her. We tried to summon her. We were like, please come out. And we did things that we think she would like. We smoked some menthols. We did.
But you didn't like her at all.
We didn't like her, but we wanted the dark energy from her.
Oh.
Because she was powerful. She was mean and she was
You
powerful.
said great?
Great. No, never met her.
Oh, so she's terrible, but like via story.
Yeah, I think
Word
she's
of mouth.
created all the familial trauma.
Yeah,
Word of mouth. We're still
But
talking
okay, so
about
what
her.
did you guys do to try to summon her?
So we did things that, so she was in Queens.
Okay.
That's where she lived. And so we did things that we think she would like.
But
and
you were not in Queens.
We were not in Queens.
You
We
tried to
were
summon from-
in
you
Charleston, which is also kind of spooky.
Yeah, it is
Yeah, kind of spooky.
But did she
and
ever travel?
I think she went on a boat, like a big, like toot boat to
But
come
you
to
tried
America.
to scoop her from
Yeah.
Queens.
But we figured spirit realm, we could talk to, the physics.
Okay,
are
so you're in
different.
Charleston with
So
your
we're in
siblings.
Charleston, and then we're trying to do things that we're like, let's summon her. So we lit these candles, we smoked menthol cigarettes, which I think she would have smoked if they were around. They feel like on brand for her. We said a few mean things to each other, and then we were like, Masharoni, please, like, reveal yourself, give us your powers, and nothing happened.
Ooh.
So I feel like I'm.
You're
know what I mean?
trying.
This is a family member. Family
They're
member
not
with a
even coming
story, and I'm just like, show up,
Show up
for me.
Show up.
Can I ask
Yeah.
you this though? When it comes to like trying to get these spirits to come visit you,
Yeah.
are you doing the research of what accurately and effectively needs to be done? Like, are you going to the
Oh, you're thinking-
library?
Like spells.
Like maybe spells? I don't know. Are you just doing what you've seen on TV? Maybe there's there needs to be some research
Yeah.
involved.
You're saying my methods might be bad.
Your methods may be a little wonky.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like you want
Yeah.
it, but you're not putting in the work for it.
Well, I think I'm putting in the wrong type of work.
Yeah,
Right, I mean,
exactly.
smoking menthol cigarettes,
Yeah.
that's something.
That's something. Yeah.
I've never done that.
I smoked a Camel Crush. I mean, that's gotta count for something.
But did she come see you?
No.
So maybe not.
And so maybe it's the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Can I say I feel a lot less resentment.
Good.
Towards
Ghosts. Also, I will say this real quickly. I did learn recently that getting spooked can have an effect on your brain. Apparently, a friend of a friend spooked this child and put a wolf mask on, and he was like, and just jump scared him. And the child regressed 2 reading levels and was held back 2 years in school.
Wow. That's one hell of a boo.
Which is... That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I think you're...
that's Blair's new catchphrase.
Yes.
I'm going to get that on a shirt.
Do you think that I hate to be like this? That kid might have just been gonna be held back anyways.
Oof.
The family.
Wow. Blame the child.
Well,
And
I'm
I
so
couldn't deal with the stigma of it, so they invented a story.
It's just like if you're gonna be
They were like, "Oh, Johnson's never been not smart."
Progress 2 reading levels.
Yeah.
That could have happened. He was probably gonna get spooked, and that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
He could have probably seen a
You're
car.
blaming the victim?
Yeah.
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 Classic.
Well,
okay.
I was a bully.
New
as a
outcome
kid, so
here.
that makes
Were
sense.
you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
What?
Light.
Oh, like, that was kind of a bully too.
I was not.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. So what?
Mhm.
What direction are you leaning, Blair?
I, unfortunately, Evan, am going to lean bad behavior. Because. For Evan. Yeah. Because I think you just wanted it too much. And it was coming across a little thirsty.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we're not doing it to this dude. And then it was almost probably like a slap in the face because you weren't really doing the effective methods to conjure a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you were just probably doing what you'd seen on TV or heard through word of mouth. Sometimes that stuff works, but you really got to put in the work. You got to put in the research, you know? So I'm saying it's bad behavior on your hand. And then also, I'm going to say the ghost is also exhibiting bad behavior.
Okay.
Wow.
That's
Because if I were a ghost, which hopefully one day,
Yeah.
I will see this young kid just reading a boring book, and I'm like, I know he wants it. And you know what?
actually kinda
I
interesting.
want to be the one that like lets his dream come to life. So I'm gonna give him the most excitement he's ever gonna experience and scare the shit out of him.
Recognize.
So I think that those ghosts, all of them, bad behavior too. It's about working together, and no one's working together here.
I love
yeah,
that.
that's true.
So everyone's
that's
bad.
That's really validating.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, Evan,
Yep.
this is interesting. Everything all together.
And all at once.
Because this is a different type of episode.
Yeah.
You actually texted me, you said, please, could I make sure I'm coming on the Halloween episode specifically? I said, okay, Evan, okay.
Yeah, and I said, and every
you
year
said-
moving forward.
You're moving forward. And you said, I have a lot of hot takes, which
Yep.
you came in with.
Mhm.
And you said specifically in your hot takes, Ghosts are a little rude.
Yep.
Ghosts are keeping me up at night. I don't like them at all.
Yeah. Oh.
They're annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're annoying.
Yep.
And usually when people are annoying, Evan, and you tell them that, they say, okay, we're not going to hang out.
Oh.
You said, oh, you think I'm rude? Okay, I guess we're not going to hang out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting that
I see that.
You're kind of calling them annoying and rude. It seems like you haven't made up your mind. It seems like you're calling somebody annoying, calling someone rude, which is a classic action would be to stay away.
Yep.
And that you are putting yourself in these scenarios that you kind of want to get a little spooked, but you're not even really saying out loud, other than to your grandma.
Yeah.
And that's rude. She maybe should have come back for that one.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying bad behavior.
Yeah. No, I think this falls into good to know, hard to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also leaning with Blair. I do think that these ghosts, a lot of people don't want to be haunted. I, for one, never. If you're listening, you're a ghost. One, it's unhelpful. You're not even counting towards our listens.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even getting ad revenue from you. But no, two, I never want to be haunted. As I said before, come into my dreams. Not in a scary way. If you're a relative or a friend that's maybe passed away, come into my dreams. I'd love to see you there. Nowhere else.
Yeah.
Or sometimes actually, I don't think this is a ghost, but sometimes actually, what do you guys think of this? I kind of sometimes will be like, if like, you know, when you want like your ancestors to help you out. Have you guys ever felt that way?
Oh, I'm a little nervous to figure out who those guys are. But
Evan comes on our podcast. My guy isn't really interested in our lineage. And then don't look
it up.
Yeah, don't do any digging.
No.
But sometimes I sometimes would if they are gonna haunt me, but not really. I'd love help in my life, not a haunting. And maybe give me a little leaf rust. Sometimes I'm if I'm supposed to do this, give me a sign, and I want a bird or I want something. That's where I want you to show up if you're dead.
Yeah.
Not any other way.
Yeah.
So and that's to come back around to say bad behavior. So Evan Walter, you have been officially deemed bad behavior. And so have the ghosts, but they're not here to read aloud their punishment. No.
Yeah, and nor would they show up.
That's right.
That's how bad they are. They wouldn't even show up.
No.
So, Evan, I have a punishment for you today.
Okay.
That I'd like you to read.
Okay. Wow. I'm bad? I don't like that at all. I'm a good guy. But when something happens to me that I don't like, oh no, I can become bad. Very bad. What was that? Maybe your phone ringing? I think the call is coming from inside your house because I'm the one calling and I'm inside your house.
Oh, no, Evan, that's so scary.
No.
Evan,
wait.
I invited you in my home and you're going to
Plot twist, Evan's the ghost.
I'd say I'm sorry, but I'm not.
Wow. Well, we learned a lot today. We've learned about ghosts.
Yep.
We've learned about skeletons. And
the one thing we didn't learn is if I actually have COVID. So we will find that out and we'll keep you posted.
Yeah,
we'll find that out soon.
I think we got the priorities right.
I need to get a fresh kit that hasn't been sitting next to a hot pipe.
Yeah, if anyone in New York has a fresh COVID kit, we know someone in need.
Come on over to Blair's house.
Yeah.
You guys can hang out. Well, this has been such a treat to have you on. One of our longest episodes, but boy, did we take it places.
That was my goal.
But thank you so much for coming on today, Evan. This has been such a treat. Can you tell listeners where they can follow you? Anything upcoming to plug?
Yeah.
Any other Halloween events I know that you'll be doing in Los Angeles?
Yeah, so many. I'm running the hayride.
The spelling bee.
The haunted house. We call that the HH. Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. It's at Evan Walter. And on TikTok, it's also at Evan Walter. And if you're in LA, I'm doing a show at the Lyric Hyperion on August the 18th.
August?
Oh, no.
Wow, you got it booked
Next
up
year.
ahead?
Mark your
Wow.
Yeah, I tend to plan this stuff out really far in
Right.
advance. Maybe I also have COVID.
Okay.
No, the month, that's close. What's that one?
November. They sound
November
alike.
what?
I get it.
18.
November 18th at Lyric Hyperion.
Hyperion. Come, it's with my friend Brance, and we're getting a bunch of our friends. Come see some stand-up. It'll be good, and it won't be that long.
And that's our show. Thanks so much for listening today.
We absolutely hate to do this. We hate it.
But it would mean the world to us if you can subscribe to the podcast wherever you get podcasts, rate and review.
Follow us at Bad Behavior NYC on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks again for listening.
And remember, whatever your moral status, we are always here to judge.
Bye.
Do you think that was good?
I'm a sushi chef. I also happen to be a cat. How'd I get here? Adobe Photoshop. It turned a cute kitty like me into a sashimi master. And it can make your images look amazing too. In just a few clicks, you can replace a boring background, swap out a so-so sky, and remove distractions like people and power lines. With Photoshop, everyone can. I love playing with this mouse. Click or tap the banner to visit Photoshop.com and pounce on your free trial today.